Hello everyone, this is Mr. Peak, and this video is an introduction to Python and what we call an IDE. This stands for an Integrated Development Environment. So, when we start practicing our programming skills, we need an area to do it in. So, we're going to be using a website called Create with Code. To access this website, you just need to type into Google Create with Code, and then click on the top link here. So this website is where we're going to be developing and practicing our programming skills. So, the first thing I want to teach you about is how to run a program. So here you can see that the website has given us 2 lines of code to get started. At the moment I'm not going to go over what those mean, that will be next lesson, but I just want to show you how you can use and navigate this website. So to run our program, we need to click this play button in the bottom right hand corner down here. If we click this, it will open up an area where our program is running. So you can see here it's just asking us a simple question, what is your name? So this is where our program runs. So whatever you tell the program to do, it will happen inside of this black area. To stop this program from running and return to our programming screen, we can either click this X in the top right hand corner, or this red square here. If we click this, it will close the program and stop it running, and return and allow us to carry on programming. So the second thing I want to show you is how to save and load your code for future use. So again, in the bottom right hand corner, we have this plus button. And what this does is it hides a little toolbar of functions that we can use. So if we click the plus, we can see here we now have a few more options. So if we click this one here with the little arrow that says load, save and share your code, we can now see that we've got multiple options to save. The one we'll be using the most is this one here that says save and in brackets download. What this will do is it will save your code inside of a file that we can then use for future. So if I click this, what this will do is it will download the file. If you get this error, just click keep. And then if you navigate to your downloads folder, this is where it will save it by default. You can see here that I have my project code. And you can also see here I've done 3 takes of this video already. So if I go back, what I can then do is choose to load a Python file that I've saved. So if I delete a line of code here, and then save the file again, it will be in my downloads folder. If I refresh, you can see here it's in my downloads folder, and then I want to scroll down to load. So I've now realized that I did actually want that line of code I've deleted, so I could choose to load a Python file. So I'm going to click this area that's in bold. What this will do is it will open my folders. I can then choose a previous version of my code that has that line I deleted and click open. And you can see here it's now loaded that file that saved my code. So you might want to make use of these 2 features. Firstly, to save your work, because we will be asking you to upload your code onto Teams so we can monitor the work you've been doing and give you feedback on how your program's going. Secondly, loading your code. Again, you'll want to save your code and load it for the next lesson's work, and we will also be giving you some code that we've made that we either want you to fix, add on to, or solve how it works. So you will need to make use of this save and load function during each lesson. So the next thing I want to show you is how to navigate this little programming area. So to delete lines of code on a laptop, what you can do is highlight the line of code and just press delete. And if you want to get a new line, so you can start typing another line of code, you can press enter on your keyboard, which is currently on your screen, and it's the key with the yellow box around it. So if we return to the main programming area and press enter, you can see we now have a new line of code that we can start programming on. If you are on iPad or iPhone, the on-screen keyboard will pop up. You just type as normal with the on-screen keyboard, except instead of pressing enter, you'll just need to press the return button that is on your on-screen keyboard. It should be easy to find, it's just in the bottom right corner of your screen, and if you press that, you'll be able to get a new line of code. So, along with this, we might also ask you to have multiple files open, because if we're asking you to fix a piece of code and work on your own, you might want multiple tabs open where you can program. So this is where we can click this button here, and what this will do is it will open a new little tab where we can start programming. To return to your original tab, you can just click this one here and switch between them. So this has been a short introduction video on how to use Create with Code. In the next video, we'll be showing you how to actually get started with programming and have a play with all of the different features. So this has been Mr. Peak. See you next lesson.